Are you looking for a quick trick to stop your trigger finger or maybe your trigger thumb? Then go grab yourself some Band-Aids and let's get started. Hey guys, I'm Michelle from Virtual Hand Care, and in this video, I'm gonna show you a Band-Aid trick. It's a quick, simple way to stop your finger or your thumb from triggering. Now, it is important to make sure that you see a hand surgeon or a doctor to make sure that you truly do have trigger thumb or trigger finger, because there are a lot of hand and thumb conditions that can mimic that pain, that locking, that popping, and you wanna make sure that you get an accurate diagnosis so that you can therefore get the right treatment. Depending on the severity or the stage of your trigger finger or trigger thumb will depend on how many of these that you need. We're gonna start just with one Band-Aid. So this simple Band-Aid trick, what you're gonna do is just place the Band-Aid right at the base of your finger that is locking or snapping or popping. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on my ring finger here. So what you wanna do is place the Band-Aid at the base of the ring finger, but you wanna place it up closer to this middle joint right here. And the reason why you want to do that is because you're going to want to block a little bit of your flexion. That is what is actually going to help keep your finger from triggering. You don't have to have it too tight. We're not looking to cut the circulation off in this finger. We're not looking to make this swell either. To tell if you only need one Band-Aid, you're gonna just test it. You're gonna see if your finger locks or triggers. Now, you don't want to go too forceful when you're first starting out, right? So as you can tell, I'm flexing down with just a mild amount of flexion. Just letting my fingers kind of naturally curl. And as you can see, that Band-Aid is kind of blocking how much flexion I can do. If you feel like you need a little more support, or maybe just one Band-Aid isn't enough to keep your finger from being painful or locking, then you may need a second Band-Aid. So go ahead and get yourself that second Band-Aid, and we're gonna apply it a little bit higher up in the finger. So this first Band-Aid is over our A2 pulley. We're gonna put the second one over our A4 pulley, and that one is a little bit higher up in the finger. So this one is gonna go just a little bit higher and block the tip of the finger from bending too much. And depending on the length of your fingers, you may find that these are pretty close together. I have pretty small fingers, so there's not much space between these two Band-Aids. Now I've applied this Band-Aid to where you can't really see the crease, so that's gonna block how much flexion I can do at both joints of the finger. Now, if I really wanted to, I could really pull hard and flex through that, but I don't want to do that. I'm just looking for something to block that end range of motion. That way, when I'm doing activities around the house or maybe at work, I have something as a reminder not to flex too hard, but also something that's blocking, and I feel the pressure of those Band-Aids helping. Now, keep in mind, if you're washing your hands a lot, you're gonna wanna change your Band-Aid fairly often, because you really want to make sure the skin underneath the Band-Aid does not get irritated. Now, this Band-Aid trick also works for trigger thumb. So what you want to do for this is to get a Band-Aid, and you're going to apply it just at the crease of the thumb, because again, what you're trying to do is prevent that full flexion, that full bending of the tip of the thumb. So then you apply the Band-Aid where you can't really see that crease. You don't want to go too high up, because you're also trying to provide a little bit of support over the oblique pulley here. Then again, you want to test it out. So then you want to do a little bit of bending to see if that helps and stops your thumb from triggering. Now, sometimes with the thumb, you might need to have a second Band-Aid and wrap a second Band-Aid around that, and that usually will help too. So again, it depends on the stage of trigger thumb or trigger finger that you have, as far as how much support that you need. If you need one Band-Aid, if you need two Band-Aids, just play around and see what works for you. Now, ideally, you'd want to wear these Band-Aids for several weeks. It can take 6 weeks, 8 weeks, sometimes even 12 weeks to finally heal that trigger finger. Now, you probably don't want to have to wear a Band-Aid for that long. I know your skin can get very irritated from the adhesive. So do check out my videos that I have here where I show how you can use rings and also kinesio tape to help with your trigger finger and your trigger thumb. Those can be more longer term type of solutions, especially if you have a very advanced case of trigger finger or trigger thumb. Now, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Now, don't forget to share this video with friends or family that you know that are dealing with trigger finger or trigger thumb. Thanks for watching.